This is Physical Science 20, Waves Unit. The notes for completing the W5 assignment on index of refraction. This is going to be an easy day because we have just one formula and it's an easy formula. N equals C over V. N is the refractive index of a material. Where do we find the refractive index for materials? It's on our pink sheet. So up at the top we have a bunch of different materials, and for each material this chart gives us the indices of refraction for that material. That's going to help us determine how fast light travels inside of each of these materials. In what material does light travel fastest? We probably heard that light travels fastest in a vacuum, which is at the top of the list. What do we notice about the refractive index for this material? Well, it has the smallest index of refraction, which is 1. Of the materials listed, which material will light travel the slowest in, and why? That would be cinnabar because it has the largest index of refraction of 2.81. Does light travel faster in diamond or crown glass? Explain why. Crown glass has an index of refraction of 1.52 and diamond has an index of refraction of 2.42. So light would travel faster in crown glass. And that is because crown glass has a smaller index of refraction. C is the speed of light in a vacuum, 3.00 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. This number is on your pink sheet, and I suggest you find it and circle it so you know where it is for future reference. And V is the speed of light in that material measured in meters per second. The index of refraction of a material is the ratio of the speed of light in a vacuum to the speed of light in that material. The larger the index of refraction, the slower electromagnetic waves travel in that medium. Example 1, the speed of light in a liquid is 2.25 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. What is the refractive index for this material, and what is this material? The first thing we're told is that the speed of light in the liquid is 2.25 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. So that is the speed of light in that material. So that will be V in our variable list. So V equals 2.25 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. Keep in mind, we're also told this is a liquid. So when we look on the list, we're going to want to pick out a liquid and not a solid. It's the closest liquid to whatever the refractive index is that we find, and that is what we're looking for. What is the refractive index? So we are looking for N. And we know that all these questions will involve the speed of light, which is C. So the first thing I'll do is write down my formula. And since I'm looking for N, and N has already been isolated, I can sub numbers in. When I enter this into my calculator, remember you should be using your E button. So it gets entered as 3.00, and then typically second function EE, 8 divided by 2.25, second function EE, 8, and then equals. Again, E stands for times 10 to the 8. If you're doing it correctly, you should get 1.33 repeating. If you are not getting 1.33 repeating, you are not entering it into your calculator properly. So our top number has 3 sig figs, our bottom number has 3 sig figs, we're dividing, so our answer has 3 significant figures, so that gives us 1.33. To figure out what this material is, we'll have to reference the chart. And we see that the closest thing to 1.33 is water, because it is 1.33, And that will work as an answer because we were told we were looking for a liquid and water is a liquid. Example 2, calculate the speed of light in crown glass. I'm looking for the speed of light in a material, so I'm looking for V. So the first thing I'll do is start my variable list, and I'm going to put V is equal to unknown. I'm told it's crown glass, so I'm going to reference the table on my pink sheet and get the N value for crown glass. And that is 1.52. So N equals 1.52. And as previously mentioned, all these questions involve the speed of light in a vacuum. So I will add to my variable list C equals 3.00 times 10 to the 8th. Now I'll write down my formula. I need to get V by itself. V has two problems. It's not by itself and it's in the denominator. So the first thing I want to do is get V out of the denominator. And I will do that by multiplying both sides by V. Now the V's on the right side will factor out. And I will rewrite the formula with V multiplied by N equals C. Now V is in the numerator. The second thing I'm going to do is get it by itself. And that means I have to get N away from V. And in order to do that, I will divide both sides by N. That will put an N in the numerator and denominator on the left-hand side so that they can factor out. And now V is by itself. So V is equal to C divided by N. Now that I have V isolated, I can sub in my values. Then I will punch it into my calculator. And I find that the speed of light in crown glass is 1.97 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. If I get an answer of 4.56 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, how do I know that the answer must be wrong? We know that light cannot travel faster than it does in a vacuum. That is the fastest that anything can travel, is the speed of light in a vacuum. And since that value is 3.00 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, if I had calculated 4.56 times 10 to the 8, that would be faster than light in a vacuum. And I would know I must have done something wrong. Same thing is true if I calculate a refractive index and get a value of less than 1. Because the smaller the number, the faster light travels in that material. And if the refractive index is less than 1, then that means light is traveling faster in that material than light travels in a vacuum, which is impossible. So to repeat, nothing can travel faster than 3.00 times 10 to the 8 meters per second. Nothing can have an index of refraction of less than 1. That's it. You're good to start the next lesson.